What is up, car addicts? Welcome back to the series where I recustomize and review past DLC vehicles that have good microphone quality before early 2019. So as always guys, feel free to let me know down below in the comments what car you want to see me recustomize next. I'll display the most liked vehicle suggestion comment in the next customization video. So in today's video we're going to be customizing the Overflod Autarch, which I customized / reviewed back in 2017 when it released. So the Autarch released with the Doomsday Heist update drip feed in December of 2017. And is available from the Legendary Motorsport website for a price of just under $2 million. In regards to performance, it's in the supercar class and is a top 15 performing car around most tracks, excluding HSW of course. The handling of this car is absolutely incredible, and the acceleration and top speed is pretty great as well. Just an overall really nice car to carve corners with. Now in terms of what the Autarch is based on, it's primarily based on the SCG 003. Just an absolutely crazy looking track car that's also street legal in real life as well. But anyways, let's go ahead and check out the customization of the Autarch. Alright, Autarch. Okay, we got armor, brakes, bumpers, baby stock with the canards. You have the primary stock, which only paints like I guess the bottom edge lip. Very weird, very strange how they did that. And you got that with the canards, with the primary. You have secondary, which I painted white so you can see it better. Also on the wheels we have the white secondary. That's part of the secondary color. Then you got the GT bumper, which basically flattens out the center section of a splitter, as you can see. Also extends it down, and it adds like a little like split in the side sections there. I mean, it looks really good, very nice. And the different canard options. Yeah, I don't like the way the canards are just kind of bolted on there. They just don't flow. I know it's supposed to be like a race car type thing, but it still has to look pretty good too, at least to me. And those canards, I just don't like the way they look on there. So I'm gonna go with the GT bumper, which I do like a lot more compared to the stock. But without the canards, so we'll do that. So rear diffuser, so the front bumper, it came stock, you can see here in carbon. However, the rear, it comes like in just like a secondary matte black. It's kind of weird. So the only way to get a carbon is by choosing one of the primary or secondary options, which gives you full carbon except for a little like 45-degree angle of the fin, the diffuser, the 3 fins. They're very weird the way they did that. But we're gonna change our secondary anyways to like a black, so it won't really matter too much anyway. So we'll just do a secondary there, so it will blend in with the diffuser there. Engine upgrade max out, exhaust. So you got the stock, you got the dual titanium, very nice. Carbon, dual carbon, aluminum, and then dual aluminum. Let's go with the dual titanium. Fenders, so you have the front canards, so like fender mounted canards, basically fins. It actually looks pretty good, not gonna lie. Obviously that's a big aerodynamic advantage, but it does look really great. And there is a spoiler upgrade that kind of has sort of fins on the roof that kind of go with that design language, so I think we'll definitely put those on there, so we'll put that. And then in the same category you have the rear fender options here. So you have the secondary, you have the carbon, which I wonder what's the difference between R and rear. That's supposed to mark rear. Okay, I thought I meant R like R for race. Okay, secondary rear fenders, carbon, vented, secondary, and the carbon vented. I don't like the way the carbon, I feel like there's enough carbon in this area. I don't think we need more. So I'm going to do the vented primary, which would be just the vented rear fenders. Hood options. So you have secondary, carbon, and you got the crescent, which gives you a little vent there. You can see the difference. Then you got the aggressor, which gives you like a hood bulge. So if you like that, I kind of prefer it a bit more like flat. I feel like there's enough going on in this hood. I feel like it looks better smooth. The crescent is a nice little touch, so I think I'll definitely do the primary crescent hood there. And again, I don't want too much carbon like the rear fenders. I think at some point it just becomes too much. I like little hints of carbon here and there, but not like all over the car. So we'll do crescent hood there. Headlights, we'll do some xenons. Those headlights are super nice, by the way. Get the nice little LEDs there. Looks great. Plates. So we'll put my green sprunk plate there. Wow, the plate's like really far in there. Look at that. Okay. And then we'll do my track plate. Respray. So for this one, I've gone through all of these colors here. I want something sort of like, I don't want to do like a blue or a red or an orange. I want something more like something that really catches the eye, that kind of goes with the craziness of this car. So I'm thinking sort of like that neon yellowish green, that tennis ball looking color. And I think the dew yellow just looks really, really good. And then for pearlescent, we do have our secondary color, which I want to make black to make that center stripe with the roof vent black, and also a little side fenders, well, fins, I guess you can call them there, and also diffuser fins, which if we would have made them primary, they would have had the little green, which we don't want. So this I'm going to make, let's go here too. I want to do a carbon black. Actually, we're going to do the pearl on the primary. So actually, I'm going to do crew black on that for our secondary. And then for the primary, I want to have the pearlescent on the yellow. I want to do a silver. So that's going to brighten it up a bit. Makes it look a lot better, especially in direct sunlight. And it gives us a little silver pearl on our black up there, which kind of makes it look like carbon from far away, which I really like. And also the diffuser just helps blend it in a bit more. So we'll do that. Criblum for this car goes in the doors. Okay. Skirts. So you got primary, secondary, primary carbon, and secondary carbon. So I do want to have more carbon, obviously, to go with our front splitter and our rear diffuser. So it seems the only way you can do that is with the ones with the accents. So I guess we'll have to go with a secondary carbon, so we have the lip on the bottom, but we still have carbon up top. Spoiler upgrade. So you have primary stock spoiler, secondary, and you got the carbon, which looks great. Primary raised, so basically like a raised stock spoiler. And it also gives you, like I was talking about earlier, those fins, like reinforce it. Also kind of goes with the fins on the front fenders. Looks really cool. You got primary, secondary, you got carbon, you got the primary sports spoiler, got the aggressor, which looks a bit strange to me with all the weird edges it has and shapes. I just don't like that. You got the race spoiler. I don't like the way that it has the carbon in the middle with the primary going around. It just looks really strange. Then you got the secondary race spoiler. Then you got the GT. Then you got the high spoilers, massive spoiler. It has 2 end plates. Wow. Okay. So I'm definitely gonna go with the carbon raised. So I'll go with that. Suspension. I feel like competition's a bit too low. I think sport is good, so we'll do that. Especially when we change the wheels. Transmission turbo, wheels. So for these, I mean, I went through all the different street and track. I do want a bit more of that yellow in this area, the wheel area. So I'm gonna go to the high end. We're gonna go to the carbonic Z's, and they have the carbon spokes. And then the lip, when we go to wheel color, we can do that yellow, and the closest one is gonna be, where is it? Yellow bird. So you see they're pretty close, as you can see. Looks fantastic. I just love that look. I think it looks really, really good. Windows, we'll do some light smoke on there just so we don't have the fishbowl look, and that's all the options there. All right, let's go ahead, exit to ground, take it for a little drive. Oof, that turned out good. Oh yeah, that is awesome. Love the way that turned out. Super aggressive. I think just enough black and carbon contrast so it's not overdone. That looks fantastic. Let's get out of the sun over here. Oh yeah, that silver pearl, I mean, it really helps brighten it up in direct sunlight. looks great. And then when it hits the black, it looks like carbon. Like, that looks like carbon from this distance. Fantastic. Alright, floor it. Wow, man, I forgot how fast this car was. This thing's a monster. Acceleration is really, really good. And the handling, this thing is basically on rails from what I remember. Yeah. Wow. Very nice. You can mid-drive it. Jeez. It does have a little bit of like mid-corner understeer, just slight. But the entry, man, that initial entry to the corners is fantastic. Steering response is immediate. Stuck to the ground. Let's do this little move here. A little bumpy there. Lost a little bit of traction. Obviously, it's rear-wheel drive, so in a bumpy area, you gotta be a little careful, but it drives kind of like a baby Emirates. I mean, the Emirates is I mean, they are still a bit of ways apart. Mainly, this one just lacks the power compared to the Emirates, but they do handle kind of similar. Ooh, it doesn't like the bumps there in some areas. Yeah, this car, I mean, it drives, it doesn't look the best with stock suspension, but it does drive a lot better. It reacts a lot smoother to the bumps with the stock suspension. So if you're going to be driving it around aggressively and stuff in the city, I would definitely recommend keeping stock suspension or just the first option. I definitely wouldn't go lower than that. This thing on the lowest would probably drive a lot worse. Now here's first person. So we got all the stitching in our primary color, which, man, that looks, with the carbon back here, oof, that looks really good. I love that. Yeah, this turned out super nice. Very, very nice. The front end of this car, I like the F1 style sort of nose it has. Kind of reminds me of like the Ferrari Enzo. Very cool. And we got the headlights with the high beams or the little extra fog lights, I guess you can call them there in the center. Very nice. I mean, this car is sick. It just, you know, anytime somebody's gonna think of buying this, they end up buying like an Emirates or Krieger instead, or a Wagner, which is a much better driving and performing car on most tracks. But the Autarch is still a fantastic choice. Preferences. Let's go to. Oh, it's in vehicle. I always forget that. The other menu was so much like quicker to navigate and get to things. This one is more organized, but there's also a million extra steps. Wow, I forgot all of that opened. Like, genuinely, I forgot this front part opened. Wow, that massive piece, and the headlights stay in place, and they have a little cutout and everything. Wow. Carbon headlight. Oh my gosh, that's suspension there. That's nicely detailed, man. I'm impressed. Genuinely, I am. Not bad. All the carbon in here. I mean, texture quality here is a little yikes in this little section here, but I mean, man, from far away, that's well done, Rockstar. Wow. This car came out late 2017, so okay. So it has nice carbon stuff here. However, the engine model is just from like the OG, like Cheetah and stuff like that. Also, the biggest thing I don't like about this car is the rear tire width. Even the stocks are the same rear width. I wish they would have made the rear tires just a little bit wider. I mean, look at all this empty space you have on the right side of the tire. It's just too skinny. Skinny little tires. They should have made them a little bit wider. That's probably my biggest knock on this car. But other than that, I mean, well done. It truly is. I mean, the detail is... I didn't, and I like the butterfly doors too. The way they open up, they kind of like go up and to the side, and that's awesome. Man, look at the detail here too. Wow, genuinely, I'm impressed, man. That's so sick. The way it opens up, that's awesome. Man, nowadays Rockstar has been a bit more lazy. I guarantee you they would not, if on a brand new car, they would just keep this part closed. They wouldn't even bother doing anything. You're modeling any of that stuff. That's sick. Absolutely love that. And then if we go to preferences and we close it up, man, I gotta do it again. That's so sick, dude. Man, just all of that opening up like that. That's fantastic. I know I probably sound a little dumb saying that, but I'm so used to a part like this front end not opening, so that really genuinely shocked me. So, man, awesome job, Rockstar. I genuinely really like the car. It is a bit old now. I mean, this came out in 17. We're currently in 2024, so do some math. There's like what, 7 years? Well, 6.5 years. Man, time goes by so fast. Well, anyways, let me know what you guys think down below in the comments of this car. I've always loved the Autarch. It's super fun to drive. And as always, let me know what vehicle you want to see me customize next that I haven't done yet from early 2019 and older. Thanks again for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.